Hi Year 10, what we're doing today is we're reviewing expanding and factorising. So removing grouping symbols is used to expand expressions such as a lots of b plus c. So to expand a lots of b plus c, each term inside the grouping symbols is multiplied by the term outside. Let's go over some examples quickly. So to expand m lots of m plus 5, what we want to do is we want to multiply the m into both terms in our grouping symbols. So it will be m times m plus m times 5. Now m times m is m squared plus m times 5 is 5m. For part B, we have 5a lots of 4 minus 3a. So we want to multiply the 5a into both terms into our grouping symbols. So it will be 5a times 4. We copy that symbol down, so whatever's in the middle goes there, minus our 5a times our 3a. So 5a times 4 is 20a. Copy that symbol down of minus 5a times 3a is 15a squared. For part C, we want to multiply in minus 9 into the 2x and minus 9 into the 3. So we have negative 9 times 2x. We copy that symbol down, which is a plus. And then what we do is we write our minus 9 times our 3. Now, negative 9 times 2x is negative 18x. Now, here what happens is with our plus and our minus is that our minus wins, okay? So when we have a plus or a minus, our minus wins. If we were to have it the other way around, a minus and a plus, our minus wins. If we have a minus and our minus, it turns into a plus. And obviously, if we have a plus and a plus, it is a plus. Okay, so that's important to remember. So that means this will be negative 9 times 3, which is 27. For part D, we want to multiply in the negative into the 2y and into the negative 7. So what this negative is actually negative 1. So negative 1 times 2y, we copy this symbol down of our negative, and then negative 1 times our 7. So negative 1 times 2y is negative 2y. Negative turns into a positive 7. Okay, we now want to simplify this expression. We have 5x plus 3 plus 2x, 2 lots of x plus 3. So we want to multiply the 2 into this bracket and leave whatever's out the front or whatever might be at the end as is. So we're going to copy that down as 5x plus 3 plus our 2 lots of x plus our 2 lots of 3. So we have expanded our bracket there, and we've just copied down that first part. So we'll have 5x plus 3 plus 2 lots of x is 2x plus 2 lots of 3 is 6. We then want to collect like terms. So to collect like terms, we have to have the same letter. So that means we can only add our x's together, and we can only add our numbers to each other. So 5x plus 2x is 7x, and 3 plus 6 is 9. So that's our final answer there. For this one, we want to multiply our 2c into our c and our 2c into our d. Then we will multiply our negative c into our 5c and our negative c into our negative 3d. So what we have is 2c times c plus 2c times d. And then we have our negative c times 5c minus our negative c times 3d. Okay, so this part here is this part here, and then we have this part here is this part here. So now we need to get rid of those multiplications. So 2c times c is 2c squared plus 2c times d is 2cd. Then we have minus c times 5c is negative 5c squared. And then we have our pluses here, two negatives together there, which turn into a plus. So it will be plus c times 3d, which is 3cd. Now it's important to make sure that we write our different letters in alphabetical order. So our c comes before our d. So then we want to collect our like terms. So we have 2c squared minus 5c squared, and we have our plus 2cd plus 3cd. So 2c squared minus 5c squared is negative 3c squared plus our 2CD plus 3CD is our 5CD. So that's a very quick run through of expanding. Now we want to look at factorizing. So factorizing is the opposite of expanding. You all should know this. So to factorize an algebraic expression, we take out the highest common factor, the HCF of the terms, and write this outside the parentheses brackets. So to factorize 2x plus 6, our highest common factor here is the 2. So we take out our HCF is 2. And so what this looks like is 2 lots of x plus 2 lots of 3. Okay, so we're breaking up our 2x to be 2 times x. We're writing our plus sign down, and then we're breaking up our 6 to be 2 times 3. What we then do is we write our 2 outside of our brackets, and we write whatever is left over. So in this case, it's our x plus 3 inside the brackets. For B, we have 15x minus 10y, so our HCF here is 5 because we can divide both 15 and 10 by 5. So what we'll have is we break up our 15x to be 5 times 3x. Copy our sign down of our minus, and then we have 10y will be 5 times 2y. So what we are doing is we're looking at this 5, and we're going to take it outside some brackets, and then like what I said, whatever is left over, which is our 3x minus 2y, goes in the brackets like so. Okay, for C, we have 12ax plus 9a. So for this one, we can actually take out a highest common factor of 3 because we can divide both 12 and 9 by 3. But then what we can also take out is this a, okay, because a is common in both. So we need to make sure that if there's a common number or a common factor, and then if there's a common letter as well. So we're going to break our 12ax to be 3a times what makes 12ax, which is 4x, plus our 3a times what makes 9a, which is 3. So then what we do is, since we have 3a, our highest common factor, out the front of both of these, that goes out the front of our brackets. So we have 3a lots of whatever is left over, which in this case is the 4x plus the 3. Now we want to factorize the following by taking out a negative common factor, which is what we did yesterday. So our HCF for both these questions, you can go ahead and write that they will be negative. So we can put our negative symbol there already. So then we want to look at our first one. We have negative 5 minus 10a, and we want to take out a factor of 5 and 10a, which will be 5. So our highest common factor is going to be negative 5. What we then want to do is negative 5 times what is negative 5, which is just 1. We copy our sign down, so it's a minus. We write our HCF of minus 5 down, and then negative 5 times what is negative 10a, which is 2a. Okay, so this is just multiplication of this, and negative 10a, we want that to multiply back to get to negative 10a. So then we have our negative 5, and we take that out the brackets of whatever's left over, which is 1 plus 2a. Okay, the reason why it's a plus here is because our 2a is positive. For part B, we want to take out our HCF, so it will be negative 2x, okay, because there is an x in both of them, or at least one x in both of them, so we can take that out, and then we have our negative 2. So we'll have negative 2x times x minus 2x times negative 3, okay. So what we're doing here is we want negative 2x times x to be our negative 2x squared when we multiply it back together. And then we have our negative 2x times negative 3 wants to be back to a plus 6x. So remember that a negative times a negative equals a positive there. What we want to do is we will take our negative 2x out front, and then whatever's left over, which is our x and our negative 3, go inside our brackets. So our x and our negative 3 were left over, so they go inside our brackets. Lucky last, if we have 3 terms, we just want to see what's common between all 3 terms. In this first case, what is common is just the x. Okay, so our HCF will be the x. So we'll go break each term up to be x times whatever's left over, so the 2y, plus x times whatever's left over, the 3z, plus x times 4x. Then because we have an x out the front of now each term, what we want to do is take that out the front of the brackets and write whatever is left over inside the brackets, like so. Ta-da! Okay, and then for B, we want to take out our highest common factor. So we can divide 3AB, 9a squared, and 12ac all by 3, and they also all have an a in them. So we can divide by 3a. So 3a times what makes 3ab, which is b. We copy our symbol down of minus. 3a times what makes 9a squared. It's in fact 3a again. And then plus our 3a times what makes 12ac, which is 4c. So now that we have our 3a out the front of each term, we copy that down to be out the front of the brackets, and then we copy down our b minus our 3a plus our 4c, which is what is left over for each of these, and copying down the symbols as well. If you have any questions today, you can send me an inbox via Canvas, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. You are doing the double-sided worksheet. It needs to be completed in class time. You should be able to complete the whole thing. No excuses. Have a great day.